Be quiet. How many of you have answered number 1? Maybe 5? It's not enough. It's not enough, people. Answer it. Number 1. Oh, I thought I said it. You're number 1. All right, estimate the intercepts. This was your assignment yesterday. You should know how to do it. Let's see, the x-intercept is right here. The x-intercept is x equals -1. And that ordered pair would be -1, 0. Yesterday on the pink handout or green, I said an intercept is a 0. So the x-intercept has a 0 on y, and that tracks here. All right, I'll circle the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0. It's kind of in between -2 and 3, so we'll go with -2.5. Y equals -2.5. Okay? And that's it. That's my intercepts. That was probably the most familiar thing on the handout yesterday. And then if you remember after that, we talked about positive, negative, increasing, decreasing, and end behavior. Yeah, that's new to you. That's new to you. It was new to me last year. It wasn't in Algebra 1 before. This is my second year doing it now, so I knew to give you a handout because you never seen it before. So, are you guys defining your words? Did you get to your definitions? They're both on page 198. Today is pretty straightforward. We're determining if functions are linear, which means straight lines. We're looking at is something a straight line or a curved line. But we do have a bell work quiz, so you have a few more minutes to get these definitions down, and then your bell work quiz. I'm switching the screen. Did you guys write the assignment? I didn't write it.
Yes, 11:40.
Well, this chapter is really long, so we're not going to test on this for a few weeks. But the bell work quiz will be after the chapter test. It's a chapter test and a chapter bell work quiz. Yeah, you can get your grade up to a 60. And that's online. It's already. Oh, I didn't post it yet for you guys, so because the grades aren't up yet, but those grades will be in by the end of the weekend. So I'll put on big ideas now that'll say chapter 2 grade remediation, and you can get on there.
Why is it carrying so long? How is it going?
Alright, here's what I wanted you to write down for number 2. Linear function is a function whose graph is a non-vertical line. So what I want you to know is it must be a perfectly straight line, no curve. Okay, no curve, straight line. A nonlinear function does not have a constant rate of change. So its graph is not a straight line. Curved line, nonlinear function. When you turn your Bellware quiz into this basket, I'm going to have some notes on the screen for you about linear and nonlinear functions. So get ready for that. You get a blank piece of paper for your Bellware quiz. Do not write on my handout. Alright, make sure your name is on your blank notebook paper. I always get some no-name Bellware quizzes, so make sure your name's on there. It's really like a notebook quiz. It really isn't a quiz. It's called a quiz because it's a quiz grade.
You want to correct the answer? I have it corrected. Both of them?
No, like number 1, you're just supposed to write number 1. On number 2, you only write number 3.
Okay, what?
Read it. It won't make any sense if you don't read it. Like you don't have to write all of the words for the entire day. People panic. Alright, so this is a quiz grid. It's supposed to be a silent environment. It is kind of a learning curve. You figure out what your expectation is for how your notebook should be organized by date. So as you're going through it, if you have a question, you can ask me, but if you could just stay quiet. A lot of people do cheat on a Bellware quiz and ask someone next to you, hey, what'd you do for this? Please don't do that. Your question, Mr. Okay. A question about number 3. Okay, do you still have that? Why does it say page 18? Does anybody have that? 912 number 1? What do you know what page it is?
Oh no. The page is 108.
Oh, 108. Do you still have that in your binder? Or did you get rid of it?
I have it in my binder, but I wrote it down on my note.
That's good.
But what do I write down for the answer?
The answer.
But the answer?
The answer. So number 3. 912. It's supposed to say page 108, not page 18. And you just write the answer, guys. Write the answer. Do you have any work on that date?
Yeah, right.
Alright, back to quiet. So, does everybody have that written on their roller page from 108? Or is it from chapter 2 and you got rid of it? Okay. If you don't have that in your book anywhere because you only have chapter 3, you just write that on there. Okay. This page 108. Yeah. More importantly, I just want you to stay quiet. So I don't really care that much. What do you want? Yeah, I don't, like, you were telling me you wrote something down and you can't find it. Like, what do you think I should do? Yeah, I don't know what to say. If you want to come in after school, do you write a book? You do. If you want to, if you could find it, and bring it in, or maybe later you can find it on your phone, see what she sends you, you could show me that, and then I could see your effort, I give it to you then. So if you want to turn in, do you think you still have that? Where you asked her and she sent you the roller? Yeah, why don't you turn it in and show, hold on for a minute. Why don't you show me those pictures, and then I know that you went through the process of finding it, and then yeah, when you're done, I got some notes on the screen for you. The note? Yeah.
It's a necessary. $50 billion. Well, so easy. I gotta like
That side, the other side, paper, like a thin paper. That ain't mine. How did you do this? No, you didn't. I think I would have felt it. You hit my neck. Well, actually not. Actually,
Yeah, when you say actually or literally, as an
like literally.
Alright, I don't like you, but I bet you can.
You lost it again. Go get it. I can throw. I play baseball.
Yeah, I bet everyone. I bet. I love it. I play darts with that.
I assigned you Friday to work. Let's do it. Let's move on. It sounds like you're fully ready to move on. And the people who aren't probably can't think straight because they're up there making a lot of noise. So let's go. So this I have read chapter 3-3, and I took 3 notes for you. Okay. It looks a little longer than 3, but I summarized the information in this section for you. So I want you to read it, but in case it's difficult for you to filter out what they're trying to say, this is it. Okay, so your whole assignment is on deciding if something is linear or nonlinear. Looking at a graph, is it a straight line, yes or no? That's doable. But they're going to ask you about a table where they don't even graph it. They just give you a table of values and say, is this linear or nonlinear? So what you need to know, looking at a table, if the x and y values change by equal intervals, then that's linear. If it's not equal, it's called nonlinear. Okay? So write that down. A graph is a straight line. That's straightforward. A table is not as straightforward. And then in a moment, there's another one. What's the other one? Equation. There's rules that will help you determine if an equation is linear. So go ahead and write these notes down. This will be helpful to you on your assignment today. Just write this in your notebook under your bell word. What? Oh. Yeah, that's not true. Why does it say 1? It's 12? Oh, this isn't 6th period? I got it. 12:10. I was wrong. 12:10. We still have 22 minutes. Tons of time. I would love for you to finish. I'd love for you to finish your assignment before you leave here today, so you don't have homework over the weekend. Okay, let's do this. We have until 12:10. Okay, thanks for letting me know. There you go. All right, as I look around, the majority of you are ready for number 3. So go. Number 3. All right. What if they don't give you a graph? Given a picture, you can see if something is a straight line. But what if they just give you a bunch of numbers? How do you know? What if it's just an equation? In order to determine if an equation is linear, there are rules. The first rule is that x cannot have an exponent. X can only have a power of 1. If x is squared, it's not linear. If x is to the 3rd power, it's not linear. Okay? The second rule is that there cannot be any symbols around x, such as absolute value bars or radicals. So if x is in some kind of a weird bracket, like a radical or an absolute value, then that would be nonlinear. So for an equation to be linear, it has to be a regular x. No exponent, no special symbol. Write it down. Write it down. Yes. There. I mean, that's good. You guys can read that. Those are the 3 rules. I summarized the whole section. It took 5 pages. I summarized it into those 3 rules for you. Hope you appreciate it. If you don't want to appreciate my 3 rules, read it yourself. Figure it out.
You said Jimbo. That's your game.
No, you're supposed to write it down. Were you taking headphones off? You must not hear those. I don't think you can hear. Just take them off.
Tomorrow. Don't fuck with it. You actually. I'm gonna remind you to that over there.
You're talking a lot. You must be done. I'm gonna move on. Okay. Why are you guys all talking when you're supposed to be writing notes down? Be quiet. Okay? Raise your hand if you're done writing the notes down. Look, start today's work then. It's page 205, 1 through 21 odd. When you're not sure, don't start talking. Flip your book and look at an example. Okay? So you're working on the assignment? You're writing notes? Are you still trying to figure out that word quiz? There's 3 things, there's something for everybody. Nobody is done with everything. So stop talking so much. What is equal integral? Let me show you an example. Let's go open your binder to 3.3. Okay. So here is linear, non-linear. Here's the so non-linear, linear. Now here's an example of equal interval. It's changing by 3 up top, 6 down below. But over here, it's 7-11. This one's non-linear because that number changes. So your examples are on 198. Points off. Points off. I'm just kidding, Travis.
Womp.
That's a good justification. So when you get to the table, if you're not sure, look at the example on page 198. It'll show you consistent changes. I see a lot of people have stopped at the table. So look at example 2, and it'll show you what equal intervals are, and then little letter B says what unequal intervals are. So try to refer to the example. Yes. Is everybody good on these? Next week I'm going to do the notes first and then the Butler quiz. And then I think we'll be more on track. Everyone's at a different place. That's mine.
Yeah, okay. Oh, time to see touch. Time's got the cheese touch. Kids ain't got the cheese touch. Tristan has the cheese touch.
It's on your backpack.
I know what this one is. This one's linear. This one's linear. Okay,
Hey guys, does anybody have a question about the assignment you've worked ahead? All right, which number? Let's look at 13. When looking for a linear function, it show addition and subtraction and not multiplication. So this one is non-linear because it's going up by multiplying 4. Multiplication is not linear. It has to be addition or subtraction. Who else had a question about these? You've gotten into the assignment today and you have a question. 9. What's your question? So when I look at this, it goes up 4, up 4, up 4. And then what's happening in the y's? Are they going by the same amount? What is this, 14.4.4? And then what's the next one? 6. Okay. Non-linear, different numbers. Okay, so no. I'm gonna check yesterday's assignment now. 1983. Here are your intercepts.
Oh yeah, I got 'em. That's why you just got to. That's why you got to.
Ready?
Don't.
I was trying to put it on your desk. Yes, I was.
All right. Look at all that. How'd you do?
Wait. No. I really put the pot in it. Hey, let me see your pen. Let me see that. And let me see. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. Let go. And give me the thing. Hey, let me get the thing. Let me get it. Don't give it to him. Give it to me. I don't want it. Give me it.
Oh?
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Hey,
Look at the scratch, man. What was it?
My nails.
Oh, I got it. I'll give you this. Okay, give me a chance. Give me a chance.
All right. You're quiet. Whoever's doing that is definitely inappropriate. Okay, be quiet. Shh. Be quiet. Stop your conversation. Listen, ladies, right here. You guys, do I need to say your name specifically that you should be quiet? Okay, be quiet. I don't want to have to call anybody out. Everybody be quiet. Everybody's quiet. Does anybody have a question about these? These right here. Okay, shh. You're not making any noises. The question was, how do you do positive, negative, increasing, decreasing, which is how do you do the most challenging part of the lesson, right? That was really what you were supposed to learn. Positive and negative. This is looking at when is the graph above x or below x? Above the x-axis. So for this one, I said it was positive when x is less than 2. Let's look. Here, the graph is above. And so how do I describe this area? How do we say where it is above the x-axis? How do we describe that? We have to say, according to the x, where is the graph above the x-axis? From -2 and lower, over here the x-axis is lower, it's above the x-axis. Up here is where the graph is positive. Down here, the graph is negative. How do we describe that to people? How do we say it's down here? Well, it's on the x-axis where x is greater than -2. So when it says positive and negative, it's wondering when is it above and when is it below. And you describe it using the x numbers. And that's all I can tell you. Outside of that, you have to try it yourself. You have to read the book example. You have to look at it. You have to guess. You have to maybe get it wrong and then correct what you did wrong. Okay, I gave you that handout. I showed you above. I showed you below. You have 4 of these to try to figure it out. If you don't, you know what? Half the people in this class in the state of Florida don't figure this out. Half of you will and half of you won't. Yes. And behavior. And behavior says you describe the left arrow and right arrow. All right, what's this left arrow doing? It's going up. What's the right arrow doing? It's going up. The end behavior is up and up. You follow that? Yes. Shh. Stop talking. Shh. Be quiet. Yes? Let's look at 8. Which part of 8? Okay. Anything that I'm highlighting in yellow is positive. That whole part is positive. How do we describe where that part is located? I'll do it in, I don't know, green. It's positive through all of this area. All of this is positive. How do we describe it? It's between x is -2 and x is +2. Why do I have 3? Oh, it's x is -3 and y is +3. How do you describe where it's negative? It's negative down here. It's negative down here. This is going out just slightly. So it's negative when x is less than -2 and when x is greater than -2. You guys read this section. Read it. Try to figure it out.